Crypto Twitter has gone crazy over the rumors that Metamask could be performing the snapshot for the potential mass airdrop on the 31st of March this year. It is rumored that the main criteria for this airdrop is that you need to perform 4 different transactions with about a total trading volume of $1,000. Unfortunately, I do not have so much funds to play with, and the fees charged by Metamask are extremely expensive. I'll be showing you some of the activities that I'm performing with the small amount of funds that I have, and hopefully this will allow me to qualify for a smaller allocation of the mask token. Metamask has this portfolio site which you can access by clicking on this link here. There are 3 main activities that you can perform on Metamask dashboard. The first thing that we can do is to perform some swaps. I have around $100 worth of USDC that I'll be swapping on the Polygon network. You are able to swap on this dashboard using any of these 6 different networks, but I would highly recommend that you perform these swaps on Polygon as the gas fees are much cheaper compared to all of the other networks. So I'll be swapping 100 of my USDC to USDT. I can click on get quotes and this will show me the amount of USDT that I'll receive from this swap. So you can see that when I swap 100 USDC to USDT, I'm actually losing about 89 cents, and this is inclusive of about 0.75% that Metamask charges for every swap that you make. This can get very expensive if you're swapping huge amounts of crypto, and right now this is the only amount that I'm willing to swap, and I'll be going ahead with this transaction. The good news is that the gas fee that you need to pay for this swap will only reach a maximum of 6 cents. This will be paid in the Matic token, and this will be much cheaper compared to when you are swapping on other networks like the BNB Smart Chain or Ethereum. For greater security of my funds, I'm storing them on Ledger and then connecting them directly to Metamask. This adds another layer of security as I'll need to physically approve every transaction on the device itself. And if you're interested in getting one of these devices, I have the link in the description below that you can check out. If you're using this smart contract for the very first time, you will need to add a custom spending cap which determines the amount of tokens that the smart contract can interact with your wallet. I'm going to use the default spending cap, and you can see that it's actually a very large number, so it's more or less considered as an infinite token approval. You can find out more about token approvals in the other video that I did in the description as well. So right now, I'll need to physically approve this transaction on my Ledger wallet, and you need to perform another transaction for this swap to occur. The estimated gas fees is around 20 cents, but this should most likely be cheaper compared to other networks. Once you perform this fund transfer, you can go to the transactions tab on your portfolio, and you can click on this link that brings you to the block explorer. This swap transaction cost me about 11 cents worth of gas fees. What you can do is to possibly swap between USDT and USDC for 3 more times so that you fulfill the criteria of 4 transactions that are being done on Metamask swap. You will be losing a bit of money for every swap that you make because the fees are just really high. So right now I've performed about 6 different transactions, and while I started with 100 USDC, I eventually ended up with only 94 USDC after accounting for all the fees that were being charged by Metamask swap. Each transaction also cost some gas fees, so in total I've spent almost $7 to perform these swaps. This is just one of the methods you can use to potentially qualify for the airdrop, and another method is to use the Metamask bridge. This tweet by Metamask tried to promote its bridging function, and some people took this tweet as a hint that we should be bridging our funds across these various networks. We can go to the bridge feature on the dashboard page, and this will also allow us to bridge our funds between all of these 6 networks. I'll be bridging over my USDC again from the Polygon network, and one thing you may want to note is that it may not be possible for you to bridge all of your funds to all 5 of the other networks. I can select the Avalanche network, and right now Metamask will try to find a code. This is the code that I receive when I'm bridging my funds over from Polygon to Avalanche. I'll be using the seller bridge, and the bridging fee costs around $1. Apart from this bridging fee, you may also want to note that you need to pay a gas fee as well. So the fees can really add up when you are performing a bridging transaction on Metamask. Before you bridge your funds to another network, don't forget to have some of the native tokens to pay for gas fees so that you'll be able to process this bridging transaction. For example, I bridge my funds over to the Avalanche network, and I'll need some AVAX tokens on this network that I'll use to pay for gas fees and process the bridging transaction to another network. So again, I'll need to perform another token approval as I'm interacting with yet another smart contract on Metamask portfolio dashboard. After you have sent over the token approval, you now need to submit yet another transaction to kickstart the bridging process. This bridging transaction may take longer than a swap, and it is estimated for me to wait around 8 minutes before I'm able to receive the funds on the Avalanche network. You can click on this button here to expand the transaction details, and right now the funds have already been sent to the seller smart contract, and I'm waiting for the USDC to be sent back to my wallet on the Avalanche network. What I would recommend is to perform this bridging transaction 3 more times, and it will be best for you to bridge it over to different networks, including the likes of Arbitrum, the BNB Smart Chain, and even Optimism. I would strongly recommend that you do not send your funds over to the Ethereum network, as the gas fees can be extremely high and it will just add a lot of additional costs to all of your transactions. Another possible way that you can qualify for this airdrop is by staking your Ethereum through the staking feature. Right now, Metamask only supports staking Ethereum on either Lido or Rocket Pool. And again, the bad news is that this is only on the Ethereum mainnet, so the gas fees will be high as well. the fees are just too expensive for staking Ethereum, so I won't be using this feature, and hopefully this is not one of the more important criteria to qualify for the airdrop. The rumored snapshot for all of these activities is on the 31st of March, so it'll be best for you to perform all of these transactions before this date. Apart from using these features on Metamask, there are also other ways that you can potentially qualify for this airdrop, and some of the rumors include that you need to purchase an ENS domain as well as create a multi-sig wallet on Safe. So this potential airdrop has finally spurred me to purchase my ENS domain, which I've been delaying for a very long time because of the high gas fees that I need to pay when I'm registering for one of these domains. The other possible criteria is to create a multi-sig wallet on Safe, and the good news is that it supports different networks, so I will again recommend you to create your wallet on the Polygon network, as the gas fee should be much cheaper there. Let me know in the comments if you'll be participating in this Metamask airdrop, especially since the fees that Metamask charges for a swap is very high. There are tons of potential airdrops that are coming up, and check out my video here where I show you how you can qualify for one of them.